Chronicle Books presents A Confederacy of Dumptys, written and read by John Lithgow. When the president does it, that means it is not illegal. President Richard Nixon, 1977. We don't pay taxes, only the little people pay taxes. Leona Helmsley, 1989. The fraudulent presidential election of 2020 will be from this day forth known as the Big Lie. Dumpty, 2021. Introduction. We've been here before. For many of you, this book of satirical poems needs no introduction. If you've dipped into my earlier ones, you know what I'm up to. You know my principal targets, my sense of humor, and I'm afraid you'll also recognize more than a few of my rhymes. But for you uninitiated readers, welcome to Dumpty's world. The other books were my response to the absurdities and occasional horrors of the reign of our 45th president. To me, this man and the bizarre cast of characters in his circle were subjects crying out for satire and mockery. How better to deal with a daily diet of infuriating abuse of power than to make fun of it? Fun is the best possible antidote to ulcerous rage. If I hadn't turned to humor, Dumpty's ruthless and sloppy despotism would have done me in. For me, this book was a departure. For the most part, I've turned my back on current events. I sat down to write these poems in the weeks following the election of November 3rd, 2020. Dumpty had been voted out of office. Although he refused to admit defeat, and probably never will, this new collection of poems and drawings was my way of bidding farewell to him and moving on. I discovered that the best way to move on was to move back in time. I sifted through American history for Dumpty's precursors. I looked for long-forgotten public figures characterized by corruption, bigotry, cowardice, vanity, demagoguery, and, not to put too fine a point on it, stupidity, all those colorful traits which bring Dumpty so quickly to mind. In prospecting for American Scoundrels, I had the good fortune to be married to a historian. My wife, Mary Yeager, an emerita UCLA professor of business history, encouraged my historical approach.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?